Hello and welcome to Sin and Steel, the heavy metal podcast. I'm your host, Serotonin, and today we are joined by Francesco of the Italian Dwarven power metal warriors, Wind Rose. So thank you for joining me, Francesco.
Thank you for inviting me. I mean, it's a good opportunity.
Now, you are here to talk about the new album Trollslayer, which is being released on the 4th of October. But before we dive into that, I'd love to hear a little bit about your earlier music and kind of that shift in the sound and image, because there was kind of a significant change in vibe. And while I loved your more progressive power stuff, it feels weird that there was like a time in which dwarf metal didn't exist. So I'd love to know what inspired or brought on that initial shift and brought us into the Wind Rose that we have today.
Okay, let's say that the process was long and it came natural as long as we were changing. Also, our taste was changing and our composition was changing as well. So we started in 2009. This September actually is 15 years that we played together. So we started in 2009 with a more progressive power approach because we were inspired more by bands like Symphony X, stuff like this. So I mean, to be honest, we started from that kind of music, but we realized that to play live, to have more traction with the crowd, we needed more straight songs, let's say. I mean, because if they are complicated, and full of parts, it's difficult for the people to, for the big crowds to follow you and to make also mass, to scream, to mosh pit, this kind of stuff. If it's very complicated, it's just music for listening. Then it's a very cool thing, but live probably you want more to have fun. So we wanted to improve it and implement some power metal in it with the second album. And then we made one song that was called, that is still called The Breed of Durin. And it was actually the first song of Dwarf Metal.
Yeah.
So after that song, we realized that song had a different taste, a different sound compared to the other tracks of the album. And it was our second album, so it was 2015, 9 years ago. And then we said, you know what, we should explore more this way of composition that we had for this one. And then we started to improve the fundamental keys of our composition, and the people called it Dwarf Metal.
It really, really took off. Did you think that when you kind of lent into that concept that it would become as big as it did or land as well as it did?
What do you mean? For us, or it's more an effort, or it requires less.
So I mean, like, because when you've lent really into that dwarf metal thing, it just absolutely took off. It's taken the world by storm, would be a term that might be used.
Yes.
Like, did you have any idea how much people would grab onto it and love it? Or
no, to be honest, it was our way to compose is very strange, probably, for a band that want to become also very popular, no? Because we never ask ourselves like we should do this song because the people will like it, or maybe the people wants this kind of music or this kind of song. I mean, we don't care about this. We just compose what we feel in the moment. And if the people like it, we are happy. If they don't like it, I mean, there will be other people that like it. I mean,
Yeah, of
so
course.
at the end, we don't have any problems. And in my opinion, there are also people that tell, I prefer Windows when they were more progressive or more power metal, this kind
Yeah.
of stuff. But I mean, it was, now it's what we are.
Yeah.
First was the result of what we were listening, but we
Yep.
didn't have also a clear idea of what to do.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Sometimes people, when there's change, like it's hard for them to take it because they think everything has to be made for them. And especially if a band leans into something that can be seen like a bit of a gimmick, people use that in a negative manner, but it's not negative because it's fun, right? So the people get mad about that, they're just miserable. They don't want to have fun. You know,
But they get mad of what? I mean,
just changes. Some people just don't like a band to change because they want them to do exactly what they want, rather than
okay.
what the
But
band want.
if the band don't change, in my opinion, it will become a cover band of itself.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yep,
let, let's
yep,
let's see the big bands, no? I mean, there are some big bands that never changed, and
yep,
it's like 50 years that they are making the same albums, no?
yeah,
And in my opinion, it's stupid because, come on, you are 70. How is possible that you have the same ideas, the
yep,
same feelings of when you were 20? It's
yep,
impossible.
yep,
So you have always to compose and write music of what you are in the moment, because
yep.
the album is a picture of yourself in that moment,
I
you
love
know.
that.
This for me, I mean, when you see Windrose, okay, this is progressive metal stuff, but you feel that it's green, I mean,
Yep,
I was like 18. The
yeah,
other guys were like 16, 17,
yep,
I mean, I was very, very, very young. We
yep,
recorded in 2010. In 2010, I mean, I was 21, but when we started, I was like 19 when we
yep,
started to compose it. So, I mean, it's the first work that you do, so
yeah,
it doesn't have much soul, let's say.
yep.
Then you find your way, and then you find yourself, and you put more of your what you are in the music.
Yeah, I think it all really works really well too, especially for your voice, because the change in your kind of your vocal style in the earlier stuff to what it is now, you really play on the kind of deeper and very grand sounds that were not quite there in the older stuff as well.
Yeah, I mean, the older stuff, probably I was singing also a little bit more um at the, let's say, I was listening more power metal,
Yep,
and I wanted to, probably to sing like them, no, but it's out of my comfort zone.
yep,
Uh, so it's stupid to make a song that has some notes that you can reach like 2 times on 10.
yeah,
I want to be super, chill when I'm on stage.
yep,
So I want to be sure that I can reach the notes that I did in the tracks
yep,
like 9 times on 10. No, I mean, and
yeah,
I always sing the same as the album. So
yep.
because I record them in my comfort zone. That's it.
Yeah, well, you can hear that when you play live as well, because you guys are really tight and everything sounds, yeah, so spot on to what you've got recorded. And I mean, it feels like it was only yesterday that you guys were here in Australia. It was only a couple of months ago, or maybe 3 or 4 months ago now. But I
Yeah.
mentioned before, I did catch you at Max Watts in Melbourne. And it was an epic show. You guys absolutely killed it. But what did you think of Australia when you came to visit?
To be honest, we loved it. It was our first experience to tour with flights,
Yep.
and it was very hard. I mean, I got more tired in Australia and New Zealand
Yep.
than in the tour in the United States. That was every day.
Yeah.
Because in United States or in Europe, we are with a tour bus.
Yep.
So you finish and then you go in the tour bus and you can sleep like 10 hours until the next city. But in Australia and also in Latin America, the tour that we made later on,
Yep.
it was one flight per day.
Yep.
At 5, at 6 in the morning, but we finished at 1, at 2, in the venues. So it was crazy. I mean, sleeping 3 hours per day was crazy, and
Yeah. And
but
when by
I
the
I really love the people. I have to say this. I really love the people. I love the cities,
Yep.
and it was fantastic.
Nah, you guys killed it. And by the time you got to Melbourne, I think Melbourne was your last show. And you said you'd done like, I can't remember, was it 50 something shows before you got to us?
Yeah, we made a total of no, a total of I guess 40 shows, stuff like
Okay.
this, plus
Yep.
Australia, stuff like this. I don't remember it. Anyway, it was a very, very long journey, a
Yep.
couple of months.
Yeah, would have been full on. So while we're talking about shows, you're soon to be taking off for the Wolfschnacht 2024 arena tour through Europe with Powerwolf and Hammerfall. What are you looking forward
Yeah.
to most about this particular tour?
In this tour, we don't have much time because we are opener, but in the 35 minutes that we have, we will give us, I mean, we will give ourselves to the people 100%.
Yep.
So we are, we are ready to rock every arena that we will play. It's a
Yep.
good opportunity also for us because we will play in front of a lot of people every night.
Yeah.
So it's a very good opportunity, and we are trying also to implement in these 35 minutes some upgrades for the stage, for the lights, for
Awesome.
the show in general.
Yep.
It will not be so easy because the time, especially for the time in and the time out,
Mm.
it's very short. So set up all the stuff and remove it after a show, it requires time, and we will do our best. But in the 2025, for sure, we will go on headliners tour. So
Yep.
if the people wants to listen to us and have the full experience of Windrose and the new album Trollslayer, they have to come to
Awesome.
the headliner shows.
Will there be plans to come back to Australia as part of that?
It will be cool.
Yeah,
You
awesome.
will come as well to listen to us in
Of
Melbourne.
course. I'll come anytime you guys come out. I'll come and see you. Like it
Okay.
was just such a good show. Such a good show.
Thank
And it
you
was
very
so
much.
good as well, like in line. I don't think I've ever had to line up that much at that particular venue. There was so many people waiting to get in. But all the
Yeah.
dwarf costumes and everyone was just so
Yeah,
happy.
fantastic.
It was
Fantastic.
awesome. I'm also curious for that Wolfschnacht tour. Are you going to be doing any shared performances with Powerwolf? Because I know you guys have done a cover of their track Werewolves in Armenia.
I don't think so, but it's a good thing because if they ask me, I could do it.
Yeah.
But I don't think so because I don't think that they want to give us more of what they are already giving to us, If they take a little bit of their time of the show to invite me and we play together,
Yeah.
it will be like a sort of a gift to a competitor, because at the end we are all friends, or we are all, we know each other, know every band. but we are competitors for the business.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they will, but if they
That's
invite me,
fair.
I go.
That's fair. Now, the new album Trollslayer, so we did mention before, that's coming out on the 4th of October. What would you like to share about the music, the concepts, and everything that you've put together on this one?
This one, I mean, it has a lot of different stuff inside there. It will make happy people with different taste of music. There
Yep.
is the simple song, there is the party song, the fast song, the more complex song, and
Yep.
in my opinion, it's a complete album, more than the previous one,
Yep.
because during the pandemic, when we were composing Warfront, there was not the feeling of let's do a party song, because it
Yep.
was during pandemic and Italy was was closed as one of the
Yep.
first country closed. So it was a shitty moment, and we
Yeah.
didn't felt like composing party songs. To be honest, we didn't
Yep.
have because we, as I said, we always compose and we always write what we feel in the moment.
Yep.
So with this album, we took back the keys of Dwarf Metal from Winter Saga, the winning formulas,
Yep.
and we made a sort of mix between Winter Saga and Warfront, mixing the serious songs and also the glorious songs, the epic songs, with the party songs and more fun aspect of
Awesome.
the other album. And probably it's the most complete album of
Yeah,
Dwarf Metal.
fantastic. It sounds like it's going to be very diverse and yeah,
Yes.
really interesting. I also would love to know, I mean, Tolkien's the obvious one here, but what are your go-to like favorite nerdy sources of inspiration for all the dwarven and fantasy material that you use?
Let's say that I yes, we started with Tolkien, but now we are more into. I mean, I write the lyrics, so I'm more into the Warhammer lore
Yep.
for the
Which would show
moment.
in your outfits as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
I like the Ironbreaker armors,
Yep.
and I like the. I mean, it's something very cool. Probably Tolkien didn't have much time to, let's say, develop the dwarf, the dwarven aspect, of
Yep.
the dwarven realms and the language and all the stuff. There is not much about the dwarves in Lord of the Rings,
Yep.
even if it's like this is they are very fascinating. Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
but uh, probably in order to have always different stuff to say and more you know like a sort of journey while you're listening, you have to talk also about other lores.
Yep.
So we found this lore of Warhammer
Yep.
that I'm a big fan, and
Yeah.
let's dig it.
Awesome. And do you play Warhammer as well?
I was playing the board game
Yep.
and also the online one.
Yep.
And
Awesome.
the online, there is a private server.
Yep.
Many players from my clan are from Australia.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah, I
Awesome.
mean, so I don't know if some of them came to our shows,
Yep.
but I mean,
Surely.
for the
Surely they
next
did have.
one, for the next time, will be cool to
You could do like
to meet them.
a pre-show gathering. Get just anyone that's in your clan, get them to come and meet up before the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. It will be
yeah.
cool.
We've got some really cool little venues around Melbourne in particular as well that like game venues that they'll play Warhammer, Dungeons and Dragons, all sorts of different games. And you could easily do a little gathering there with your clan. That'd be awesome.
Fantastic.
Now, I do have one last question before we finish up,
Sure.
which is one from a friend of mine. And that is, who is your favorite Tolkien dwarf? And if there's a different dwarf that's not Tolkien, who's your favorite dwarf?
Uh, let's say that I have many dwarfs that I
Yep,
like, but probably the one that I like more is the one that I wrote also, that I got inspired for this album,
yep,
because there is a book that is called Trollslayer, and it's
yep,
the book of the story of Gotrek and Felix. And Gotrek is a slayer that it was
yep.
so powerful that uh, he has to to challenge a god, actually, to
Awesome.
find his fate. That it's the fate of the slayer, as you know, probably is it's a doom as well,
Yep.
because the slayer, to get back his honor, he has to die, but actually he has to die against the biggest and strongest enemy he can fight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a fate, but it's a doom, and there is a celebration in death. There is something, something cool in this. And Gotrek probably is my favorite one.
Who's your favourite dwarf out of Lord of the Rings? Mine's Farron from War of the North. That's a game that was on Xbox 360. And my brother and I played split screen on that so much that we broke the game, and we ended up being able to one-hit kill all the bosses on it, and we ended up destroying the currency and everything because the game didn't know how to keep up with us anymore.
Of
Awesome.
Tolkien, my favorite is Dwalin.
Yep. Yep. Fantastic choice. I mean, they're all really
Oh,
cool, but fantastic choice.
yeah. And then I would like to invite all the people, from Australia or from all the world watching this video, to listen to our new album and let us know what they think about on our social medias. Because as you can see from their last releases, we always hear, our community. And we
Yep.
would like to continue like this, because we are for for you guys like a sort of game developers. No, we are not doing games, we are doing music, but if
Yep.
you give us ideas, and if you have ideas, we listen to you, and
Yep.
uh, I promise that we will do 100% to make you happy.
I love that
Thank you
analogy.
for inviting me.
So, as always, for viewers, I will include all the links in the description of the episode, and I will tag Wind
Sure.
Rose in the social media posts so you can jump straight across, give them a listen, and get ready for that new work when it comes out on the 4th of October. So, thank you again for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Thank
And,
you.
sinners, thanks for tuning in for this one. Until next time, rock and
Okay.
stone.
Rock and Stone. Ciao.